Tekashi's judge feeling extra spicy this morning. He gave him 2 years. Tekashi's already served 13 months. He's going to serve about 1 more year. Before sentencing him, he delivered riveting remarks. There were lots of jokes, laugh-out-loud moments in the courtroom. Tekashi's biological father stood up. He told him, sit down. Now's not your time to chance to talk. You lost that opportunity many years ago. He was talking about social media. He said he follows the memes. He thinks they're funny also. He was talking about whether releasing Tekashi would lead to more gang violence. He said, I'm not too worried about that. I don't think any gang is ever going to associate with a snitch like you.
Breaking news, read all about it. Tekashi 6ix9ine, he's been sentenced to 2 years, having served 1 already. He'll be out for Christmas, but not until next year. Now he'll also get 5 years of supervised release or probation. And Lawyer for Workers, well, he's given us the inside scoop of everything that went on in the courtroom today. Now we also got the full rundown on everything leading up to today's decision. I'm your boy Michael McCrudden, and this is something we haven't done in like about a year. This is Famous News. Here we go.
I'm in the hospital.
You lie so much.
Send the location.
I'm number 1.
Now the internet has been going crazy in anticipation for today's big announcement. In fact, some people were placing bets on it.
If Tekashi 6ix9ine,
guys.
if Tekashi 6ix9ine beats this case, I'll suck his. He don't even have to ask me.
Ugh, he's gonna have to eat them words. Yuck! Ugh, I almost threw up in my mouth. Now TMZ has cited this as the deal of a century. Now they say snitches, they get stitches, but 6ix9ine, who is facing a potential 47 years of prison, will be seeing light by the end of next year. He'll also be on supervised release for 5 years, and he'll have to complete 300 hours of community service. Oh yeah, and pay a fine of $35,000. Now the judge also noted that Tekashi, he cooperated in a tremendous fashion, meaning he sung like a canary. That means them former gang affiliates, well, they're all getting locked up. Then we learned that he met with the feds a total of 26 times. Now this led to the members of 9 Treyway getting put away. This includes Shoddy, aka Treyway. That guy got 15 years.
But ultimately, this was not a laughing matter for the judge, and the judge told Tekashi that he's not acknowledging his role, that the arguments he's making do not accept responsibility the way they should. He is not some kid who was trying to feed his daughter, and he's not some kid who didn't have role models. No, he had a record label, he had tons of role models, he chose to be part of this gang, he used this gang to get further in his career. They weren't involved in shooting, he got them involved. He put the money up that got them to shoot at Chief Keef, to shoot at Trippie Redd, to shoot at Casanova. That's on him, and he needs to think about it for 1 more year behind bars.
Now inside the court, sources say that Tekashi, his once rainbow-colored hair, well, it's almost entirely grown out, and it's returned to his natural black. We also got tons of information from the Inner City Free Press, and they transcribed everything that was said by the judge. Mr. Hernandez, please rise. It is the judgment of the court. You are to serve a term of 24 months in prison with 5 years of supervised release. I appreciate the memes, whether at your expense or mine, but I need to say 9 Trey was violent, not to be glorified. Cooperation of criminal insiders is a necessary tool. Imagine the members of 9 Trey free today. There was the slashing victim. When you pled guilty, you admitted to attempting to commit murder. On April 3rd, 2018, with a record label in Texas, Rap-A-Lot. Now you drove to 40th Street and 8th Avenue. Kefano Jordan, aka Shoddy, he robbed the musicians at gunpoint. However, I cannot agree with your counsel that time served is appropriate. In my judgment, your conduct is too violent and selfish to make 13 months reasonable. You will not be going free today. #breaking. Now the judge also made note that his cooperation was so much so that no gang will ever want to work with him again. I think we all know that. Now we learned that there were a few others in attendance in the courtroom today, including his biological father, who had walked out on him when he was a kid. That's awkward. Now there was also an innocent bystander who had been shot in the foot during one of the gang crimes, and 6ix9ine Willie offered to pay all of her medical bills. Now the judge, he read out this ruling, and Tekashi, well, he was said to have kept his composure. He wasn't like ecstatic, he wasn't crying, he just kept it cool. Now 6ix9ine girlfriend You Jade, well, she was expecting him to be home, well, in late January. I actually heard through the grapevine that it was gonna be, well, just before Christmas. Unfortunately for him, it's gonna be another year. Now Jade, she also recently posted a photo of the two holding hands, and another one where she wrote, "Everybody knows this whole 2019 been dead without you. I find it funny how every time somebody drops an album or a new song, they say something about 6ix9ine. They could never compare, the numbers are there. Platinum, toured around the world, and they could never. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't." Now prior to all these trials, the only picture we had seen of 6ix9ine since, well, was a visit from You Jade. And, well, I'm sad to say that, well, that wasn't a conjugal visit. I actually looked it up. Now, Tekashi 6ix9ine and his feuds with rapper Chief Keef and Casanova, well, this was as close to the East Coast, West Coast beef of Tupac and Biggie from the mid-1990s. It's like, that was a revolution for rap. This was a revolution of the internet. It could have played out just as tragically. Instead, we got all these guys getting locked up or put away and snitching. I'm just happy to see that in the end, it's a better resolve. You know what I mean? No one's dying. All right, let's take a look back at all the events that led up to today with a full rundown on the recent arrest, which happened, well, days after this interview happened. Not recent. Last year it was recent. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm hot. I remember last year. We could all attest to this. I remember last year. Do you think people would have think I would have made it this far?
Hell no.
Hell no. They're like, yo, I'll give that kid 6 months. He was one of them.
He was.
I'll give that kid 6 months. 15 minutes of fame.
Now, 6ix9ine was locked up on November 18, 2018, along with Cafano, Shoddy Jordan, and other associates from 9 Trey gang. They all got locked away. They threw away the key. I hope they didn't put them in the same cell. That wouldn't have been good. Now, previous to this, 6ix9ine, he had tried to abandon his crew. He tried to say he was on his own. The feds, they were already closing in. It was too late.
I fired everybody in my team. I got no manager, I got no booking agent, no PR, no public. I don't got nobody on my team. It's just me. I want everybody to know if you booking shows, do not book shows unless I say this show is gonna be booked with this person. They will steal your money. They're not me. I'm not signing no contracts. That don't got nothing to do with me.
Now, Daniel Hernandez, he was charged with federal racketeering and firearm charges, including conspiracy to murder and armed robbery. He was facing life in prison. Now, Hernandez's attorney, Lance Lazaro, he advocated for bail for his client on the condition that Hernandez surrender his passport, pay a little under $2 million for bail, and be placed under house arrest. But the judge, they denied bail, keeping Hernandez in custody that he may still be a danger to the community, even if those bail conditions were met. Now, him and his associates, well, they were all kept without bail. He was held in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn under general population before being moved to another facility due to security reasons. Now, as Hernandez had multiple altercations with other prisoners, this included members of the Crip Street gang. So despite what he had said when he was back on the streets, well, he was no longer cool with the Crips or the Bloods. Definitely not the Bloods. Definitely not the Crips. Nobody.
Just because y'all see me with mad Crip niggas don't mean I'm Crip. You know what I'm saying? I both. Bro, I'm good in my hood.
On November 26, 6ix9ine, he pled not guilty to the federal racketeering and firearm charges and is once again denied bail. The Department of Justice, they set September 4, 2019 as the date for his trial. Now, in January, he pled guilty to 9 charges, including racketeering, firearm offenses, and drug trafficking. We also found out that he's cooperating with authorities, and a transcript is released on February 1st that reveals him stating, "In the fall of 2017, I met and joined the 9 Trey Blood Gang. As a member of 9 Trey, the enterprise engaged in such activities, including shooting at people, robbing people, and at times drug trafficking." Now, he says specifically that he helped members of 9 Trey attempt to kill a rival gang member. He admits to assisting with armed robberies and says that on June 2nd, 2018, he paid a person to shoot at a rival member of 9 Trey to scare him. And that member, well, it's widely assumed to have been Chief Keef. Shoddy, aka Treyway, he was sentenced to 15 years for possession during a crime when Houston-based label Rap-A-Lot Records and CEO Jay Prince, they were robbed at gunpoint in the lobby of their Times Square offices. Now, he also picked up a charge for the Barclays Center altercation where he was shooting at rapper Casanova. Now, in the meantime, the world, we were left to wonder the fate of 6ix9ine. Now, the kid, he did have some hope. Now, due to a plea deal document that revealed that the rapper could avoid jail time in exchange for his willingness to testify against his fellow gang members and in the concurrent investigations, which we now know he did. And man, did he sing like a bird, because going from 47 years to 2, that's pretty good in my books. Now, Hernandez, he confessed to being a member of the 9 Trey Bloods, and he implicated Ellison and Aljermiah Mack. And those guys, they got a sentencing as well. They're gone. Lock away the key. Speaking on his relationship with the gang, he revealed, "I just had to keep making hits and giving financial support to the gang." Now, he also outed Trippie Redd for having the same gang affiliation, and he talked about an attack or an altercation where they met up with Trippie and punched him in the mouth. So now we know 6ix9ine is finally going to see the light of day, but not till 2020. Now, we've also learned from TMZ that he has plans to not go into witness protection. He wants to return to music. Now, a lot of people that I've been hanging out with, they're saying that what the snitching he's done, he's gonna have a target on his back for the rest of his life. But he's also signed some kind of like $10 million deal So maybe that's enough to hire some like next level security, like ninjas or the feds. Maybe. It's gonna cost him a lot, but he's free. He's also gonna be the most talked about artist for another couple years, I think. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out. So obviously this is a huge news story. Do you think it's a fair punishment? Do you think he should have got out? Do you think he's gonna be safe when he does? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below. My name is Michael McCrudden, and we made this video in a bit of a rush, so bear with me because, well, it's the end of the year. We got a lot going on here, and, well, 6ix9ine. My God, it has been a little slow without him, so we're excited he'll be back. You know, all right, see you guys in another video. Boom!